This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're looking for the Tuesday games. If you paid attention to our episode yesterday, you have more money than what you started with because we did a under 7.5 strikeout prop for Luzardo. He actually got 7 exactly, so we definitely escaped with a breather there. I think there's a lot of people that watched the show pretty late in the day and they're like, I can only get 6.5 strikeouts. Let me refresh your memory on what this show's about. So this is to teach you how to use the app, right? So the people that are actually listening to the words that come out of my mouth and they get the app, they upgrade for full access and they learn how to use it, excuse me, from all of these shows that I do. And there's like 700 shows deep at this point. Everybody already locked it in because they already saw it on the app. The shows, if you want to make sure that you are dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, you need to find the play on the PlayerProps.ai app that I'm going to lock in before the episode on YouTube ever drops. That's the ultimate goal for you as a sports bettor. Because if you go through the app before an episode drops and you find a play and you go, I'm pretty sure, based on everything Travis has taught us in the last 18 months, that when he drops a show today, he's most likely going to land on this bet, on this prop. And then when the show drops, it is that prop, then you know, as a sports bettor who's actually trying to better themselves, that you are doing things right. That is the ultimate goal for you as a bettor, to be able to find the play that I'm going to finalize on or finish on before the episode ever comes out. So that's what everybody in Discord and the premium channels are doing. They're trying to like, okay, what is Travis going to lock in today? Let's look at the app. Okay, this is on the ban list. He's not going to do this. He's not going to do this. He's probably going to land on this prop or this bet, whatever it may be. And when you actually have the moment where those stars align and I land on what you believed I was going to land on, then you know that you are doing everything correct. So that's kind of like the quiz, the pop quiz, if you will. If you are never using this app and you are just waiting for this video to drop, you will never be a profitable sports bettor. It is impossible. Even if the show, which it has, won many, many times over the last 18 months, and it's actually got a pretty decent hit rate above 70% across all the sports that we talk about, even if this is a profitable show, you are not going to be a profitable bettor if you don't do the free stuff. You have to be doing everything in your power to set yourself up for success before the games ever start. I see so many screenshots dropped from people that are on the outside looking in. Oh man, I can't believe this guy didn't do what I wanted him to do. And then I look at it and I go, nobody else bet that. If you listen to the words coming out of my mouth, you would have not bet that bet. And so it doesn't matter what the person does in the game. You aren't betting how you're supposed to be betting because you're not even trying to learn. The people that have zero attempt at learning are the ones that blow my mind because I'm showing you that learning is beneficial to you, that there's people dropping winning screenshots on a daily basis in the Discord because they're taking the journey from A through Z and not you trying to jump from A to Z without doing the B to Y. You got to do A through Z. It's not A to Z, it's A through Z. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, I'm rocking the New York Liberty shirt that I recently got because the Liberty are playing today. We have a pretty good WNBA slate. There's 5 games today. If you guys don't remember, I have a very nice futures parlay where I hit NBA, I hit NHL, and then I have MLB and WNBA and NFL on there. WNBA, of course, got the New York Liberty to go back-to-back, and then I have for MLB the Dodgers to go back-to-back. They're as long as they're healthy, I think we can hit 4 out of 4 while we wait on the Super Bowl champion. But it's been a very bad season for health for the New York Liberty. However, if you aren't paying attention to WNBA, The New York Liberty just signed someone. Technically, they agreed to terms in January, I think, but they just officially started the last game. So if you don't pay any attention to WNBA, this is something I want to mention first. So former MVP on the team, Breanna Stewart, she's out probably for the rest of the regular season, coming back in the playoffs, hopefully, with a very bad bone bruise on her knee. And so I'm like, man, we need to still win games so we can have home court advantage throughout the playoffs, or at least up until the finals. I think Minnesota's probably going to have it in the finals. But they also have a massive injury as well they're dealing with, so who knows what happens. But the New York Liberty just signed the 2019 Finals MVP, who, luckily enough, plays the same position as Stewie. She's a forward, but she's been crushing it overseas. I think it's like Mieserman. I can't remember how to pronounce her last name. Mieserman, I think is how you pronounce her last name. She's 6'3", I believe, and she hopefully can get into the chemistry to help the New York Liberty win while Stewie is rehabbing her bone bruise on her knee. Anyway, so we do have a WNBA today, but we're not going to focus on that. We always focus on strikeouts first. If we don't see anything we like on strikeouts, there's a chance we can go to WNBA, but we always start on that first. But again, you cannot expect to win today if you don't do the free stuff. And you're like, hey, Travis, what's the free stuff? Well, look at the bottom part of the screen. Subscribe to the free YouTube. Did you do that? Great. Download the free version of the app, PlayerProps.ai app. Did you do that? Fantastic. Get in the free Discord. Have you done that? Did you do the one step that is in the one channel you can see? That channel is called Unlock Channels. Do you know how many people on planet Earth get into the Discord and this channel's staring them right in the face, and the channel's literally called Unlock Channels, and they still open up a support ticket or something like, how do I unlock channels? Please, for the love of all that's holy, look at the channel called Unlock Channels. It's one step. You just got to go to your PlayerProps.ai profile and click the Connect to Discord button. That's all you got to do. Let's find something for today. So yesterday we had two different shows, or yesterday there was two videos that dropped. The first video was kind of the play of the day, but that was at the far end of things when we talked about Luzardo under 7.5 Ks that hit. The majority of that show was going over how much money was made in July, just focusing on the spread predictor, the over strikeout props that are trifectas, the hits, runs, RBI trifectas, and the no run first inning, the Nerfy trifectas, and NRFIs. So those four, that's what you saw in the video. The thumbnail was $7,400 profit. If you bet $100 on all of those things, if you own that $10 on all of those things, just to kind of show you how much you can still be making, that's $740 profit. Remember, this is only $1.97 a day. Do you understand why there's thousands of people signing up for this while you're on the outside looking in? Because they understand that they're willing to trade $59 for $740 profit on $10 bets, or $7,400 profit on $100 bets. I probably have to increase the price based on how successful this is. And if you get in now, while it's only $1.97 a day, you get grandfathered into that, and when the price increases, you don't have to pay the increased price. But because it's so successful, I probably have to increase the price sometime soon, maybe sometime during the NFL season, maybe when NBA comes back, who knows. But everybody that's active, that has an active subscription prior to the increase of pricing, they get locked into that. The last thing hit my microphone. The last thing I'm going to mention here is I dropped late last night a draft. I did a fantasy football draft where I recorded my entire draft, but I edited it so you only see the things I'm actually picking. And it's on RT Sports for their championship. They have a fantasy championship that pays $500,000 to first place. Not to everybody, divided by like a prize pool. If you win first place in this championship, you get $500,000, $500,000. I've been competing in this for a while. I've had pretty good teams. I've never actually got the first place overall, $500,000, but I've done very well on this. And so I actually talk about the strategy in this one. But the thing that you need to pay attention to the most, I thought, so it was the site/app, the company that puts this on, right? They're called RT Sports. I'm good friends with them. I've known them for a while. I thought they were only going to give away one entry to somebody that comments on that YouTube video, referring to the YouTube video of the fantasy draft, which you go to this channel when you're done with this video and go to it. You have to be in my Discord with your account synced, which again, just pay attention to the unlock channel. It'll tell you how to sync your accounts. You have to be in the Discord. You have to like that video on YouTube, like the video, and then you have to comment your Discord username in the comments of that YouTube video. I thought they told me they were going to give away one free entry to this $500,000 to first place contest. They just emailed me this morning. They're giving you guys 3 free entries. So I can actually do 3 prizes. We're going to do this for an entire week. So today's Tuesday, August 5th. So August 12th, on the play of the day we do for that show, we're going to do a drawing on the show where we're going to put everybody that followed the steps of being in our Discord with their account synced, liking the video and commenting on the video. We're going to put all of them into like one of those automatic spinny wheel things that we've done for our drawings. We get to draw 3 people that are going to get a free entry into this $500,000 to first place contest. So it's as simple as you going to that video and dropping your Discord username in the comments. If you don't do it, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've been saying this for the last 2 years. You need to do everything available to you that gets you more money than not, especially the free things. I have a giveaway where I'm giving away $5,000 in cash and prizes at the end of this month. Did you join that? It's free. We're giving away 3 free entries to a fantasy football tournament contest that you can win $500,000 for first place, and it costs you $0 to enter, and the entry's free as well if you win it. Did you enter that yet? Do the free things available to you. Okay. I think that's all we need for housekeeping. So let's go and click on our fantastic trifecta button. This button up here is the trifecta button. If you've been living under a rock, this filters out every play that is not a trifecta. So there are 2 plays that are trifectas for overs, for strikeouts, based on DraftKings lines and odds. I don't know if you guys saw this yet. So this button teaches you how to use the tools. And I have people still asking me, how do I use the prop predictor, when it literally says how to use prop predictor up here. So for the people that don't like reading, we added it on the bottom of the tools as well. So this is a button, hot tap to learn how to use this, but this one just says here's a literal video. Like, it's impossible now for you not to know how to use this tool. Anywho, there are 2 things here. And this is, okay, so here's what's the first thing I noticed that's very interesting. We got a guy versing a team whose top 3 over the course of the season, the most strikeouts. But over the last 3 games, they're near the bottom. And then Emmett, he's got the complete opposite. He's versing a team near the bottom of the season in strikeouts, but in the top 3 in the last 3 games. So we have 2 different scenarios. Now, you might be asking yourself, which one is more important? So before I go in more in detail, what do you think? Which one's more important? The fact that Boston has the most strikeouts in the last in the entire league this season, 3rd most, or is it more important that Emmett Sheehan is versing a team that has the 2nd most strikeouts in the last 3 games collectively? What do you think? I think the most recent data is the most telling. Now, Emmett missed all of last season. I know this because I had him on my fantasy team, and I had him, I stored him on my bench in the IL spot, and I was like, okay, when he comes back, then I'll just activate him. And he never got activated. I'm pretty positive he missed the entire season. So even if you go to like his last 20 games, his first start was against San Diego this season, almost like 2 months ago. But he's had, so the concern here, look at his pitch count: 65, 80, 55, 65, 78, 72. Typically, when somebody's coming back from that long of an injury, missing an entire season, they're going to have low pitch counts like here, right? But the fact that he's now 6 in, so he's 4 into the season. Granted, he got lit up for 5 runs. But he only gave up 2 runs here, and he still got pulled after 5 innings and 78 pitches. He didn't even get lit up here, and he got pulled at 72 pitches. But he got 5 Ks in back-to-back starts. If you remember, one of the things we look for is that people are allowed to get into the 90s, if not touch 100. I don't know if this start, the manager is going to let him creep above 7. What's his highest so far? 80? We don't know if the manager is going to let him get above 80 and have a new high for pitch count on the season. We don't know. Let me check the ban list real quick. Do we have St. Louis on the ban list? We don't. Okay. And remember, when we're going over, there's 2 things we want to see. We want to see 28%, 20% or higher against righties and lefties. And he's just a tad below that against righties. So, yes, St. Louis is striking out a lot in the last 3 games. But they're not known for being a strikeout-heavy team over the course of the season. And the fact that he's not getting like 78... Like, I understand he's hitting. Great. He's getting 5 Ks, 5 Ks. First start, he got 6 Ks. Fantastic. He's got strikeout stuff. But for a team over the course of the entire season who's bottom 3 in total strikeouts, and he's not allowed to go up there, I'm not in love with this. And I don't think that we're going to find him at 3.5 strikeouts on anything either. I'm just going to triple check here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, we don't even need to do that. We can just go back to the props comparison tool here. I'm very positive that nobody's going to have him at 3.5. But we're going to check anyway. Yeah, every book's got him at 4.5 here. Fanatics doesn't even have him offered. Okay, so let's go back to the predictor. So let's look at our other option. Well, I'm at BetMGM. So there's still 2. Let's look at FanDuel, because sometimes FanDuel, yeah. So FanDuel typically, because it all depends, it all depends on the book's line and the odds. If the line is a little different on FanDuel than it is somewhere else on DraftKings, then that might be the difference in it deciding if it's trifecta. Maybe FanDuel has the sportsbook, FanDuel Sportsbook agrees with the AI side, and DraftKings may not. So for finding trifectas, it's always important to you don't need to go through all of these necessarily. You can, but definitely at least go through 2, DraftKings and FanDuel. The other thing is you want to look at unders as well. So I'll go to under. Okay, there's no under trifectas for DraftKings. There's 1 under trifecta for there's no under trifectas for FanDuel. There is one for DraftKings. And I was actually planning to look at the FanDuel ones, but I'm glad we caught this. Look at this. Milwaukee, 21st most strikeouts. So they're 9th least strikeouts, but they are not striking out that often in the last 3 games. 28th. Now, granted, this guy has gotten 6, 6, and 7 here. He's getting the ability to get... it looks like he was doing relief, Joey Wentz. Yeah, he's a relief pitcher doing relief. I think this is probably his first start. He's like, okay, we'll give him 50 pitches. He got 6 strikeouts in 3 innings, 50 pitches. That might have even been a start. 4.1, 6.2 against Kansas City, which is not really a strikeout-heavy team. And then, of course, I like both of these. I like the fact that even though it's yellow, it's near the Reds side. 21st most this season, and then 3 away from the least amount over the course of the last 3 games. Trifecta because the sportsbook's favorite. It's a 1.0 or more difference. If we're going over, which this is not the play, if we're going over, we want this to be 20%, remember? And he's less than 20 against righties. Granted, he has 6 and 7 here, and this is saying he's not going to get 5 against Milwaukee. It looks like I'm assuming these are in like heavy relief because he's got 50 pitches, 59 pitches, but it seems to be like these are the last 2 starts. 81 pitches, 95 pitches. So that's something to consider. We're going to back pocket Wentz here. And now let's look at the overs for FanDuel. All right, so we already looked at, we haven't looked at Ryan yet. We looked at Emmett. Will Warren against Texas. Crotchet Rocket. He is a very, very good strikeout pitcher. I think he's chasing Cy Young votes right now. But out of all the teams he can verse, it's on the ban list for a reason. I don't care how amazing you are. We are never going to go over strikeouts against Kansas City. Like, look at this. Like, this guy has so many straight games getting 7 or more strikeouts. And Chicago only got 5. And then here, if we go back to the last 20 games, like, this guy just destroys opponents' lineups. He did versus Kansas City earlier this year on May 10th. Got 9 Ks against him. Typically his line is higher. I think his line is normally 7.5. Oh, this is something else that we changed yesterday. So we're always adding things to the site. Like, you should know that. Like, every week there's a new feature or a new tweak that got added. This alt line, we kept adding all these new sexy things, and the alt line toggle was like right down here. So when you clicked on it, you couldn't see what had actually changed. And so yesterday we fixed that, where we moved it up where it's right below the stuff you're actually changing. So his line is normally like 7.5, and he still hits that 70% of times in the last 3 games. Like, he even hits 8.5 60% of the time in the last 10 games. But his line right now is 6.5, and he's only missed that once in the last 10. And he's trying to get the Cy Young, but I mean, he can still have an amazing game against Kansas City and only get 6 strikeouts, which is what I'm worried about. And he's not a trifecta on DraftKings, because DraftKings has him at 7.5. So that's why he didn't pop as a trifecta there. But he's really, really good. He's one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game right now. Okay, what else do we have on FanDuel for the overs? Texas, middle of the pack on the season, 11th most last 3 games. Didn't we... I'm pretty sure that he was our play of the day that ruined our streak. I'm like very confident. So we had a streak of like a month and a half where we did not have a losing show that featured a pitcher. And I believe Will Warren broke that streak, where we target him here at, on 7:30. He got 6 innings, only gave up 1 run, and he hooked us at 4 strikeouts with 102 innings pitched against Tampa Bay. He versed Texas on May 20th this season. Got 10 Ks against them. Kind of all over the place this season. You know, really good streak here, and then it kind of got messy. $102 pitches, 89, 78, 88, 85. We'll keep looking. So the last trifecta that we can look at here is good old Ryan. So this is something we're working on right now. We're working on fixing. So he just got traded recently. He was on San Diego. And so it's like, okay, if he's not on San Diego, then he had to be versing San Diego if he was a pitcher in that game. So we just have to, this is just a one-off situation where these games are correct in terms of the stats and the days. It's just the matchups aren't the same because of him recently getting traded. So this will be updated by the time you probably watch this video. Looks like he got up to 90 pitches here. But he's only got 83, 82. And Boston, again, is not striking out that much. The last 3 games. Okay. So there's not a trifecta that I'm absolutely in love with, right? But let's figure out the ones that we're considering. I really want to consider Crotchet Rocket, but there's a reason on the ban list it says we don't go over K props against Kansas City. But I really feel like he has the ability to get 7 Ks against them, especially because he did already. Head to head, 100%. Thinking here. So the under. So DraftKings has the under trifecta of Joey Wentz. It's concerning that his 2 starts, he got 6 and 7, and his line is 4.5. It's also interesting, the sports books are favoring the under. Let me check his line against all the other books real quick. Joey Wentz of Atlanta. Let's go to the props comparison tool. Atlanta Braves, Milwaukee. Okay, so FanDuel Fanatics and Bet Rivers have him at 3.5. Everybody else has him at 4.5. Which would be doing 4.5 because it would be an underplay based on everything we're seeing. FanDuel's the only one that has him at 6.5, but I know that if we say Crotchet Rocket and he doesn't go over, I'm going to have 10 million of you saying, Travis, he's on the over strikeouts against Kansas City, he's on the ban list for a reason. But I really feel like this is the guy that is the asterisk to that rule. Just let me think. I think we're gonna go with 3 here. There's not a single pitcher that I love the most. We have a lot of trifectas, a lot of things to choose from, but there's not a single play that I love the most. So I think we're gonna do 3, and if you do 3, you just need to hit 2 out of 3 to profit. So we're gonna do 3 with the goal of hitting 2 out of 3 because we're singling them and we're not parlaying them like a psychopath. We're actually listening to the rules and following directions and following guidelines. Let's go Joey Wentz 4.5 under. I mean, St. Louis has struck out a lot in the last 2 games. Let's actually pull that up real quick. How many strikeouts have they averaged? Oh, they're not even second. They're tied for first. They're just second, probably based on like the fact that Minnesota starts with an M and St. Louis starts with an S. They've averaged 11.67 strikeouts over their last 3 games. They're tied for first. This makes me like Sheehan a little bit more. See, I'm glad we have these tools. There's so many things we have on the app where you don't even need to leave the app to find out all the information you want. Okay, so we're doing under Wentz. Let's go over Sheehan. I just wish this was 20%. I'd like this a lot more if this was 20% because that's what we kind of look for. But Boston's striking out a lot less than they normally do. We're getting better at the plate. So who's going to be the third? Will Warren was somebody. So do we go back to Will Warren here? He's got the 20% both sides, 20% or higher. He hooked us on the last one. He broke our streak. So let's just do Will Warren for the third. And if he misses, if he doesn't get his 5 strikeouts and it's not related to injury or weather, then we'll just put him on the ban list. We'll just put Will Warren on the ban list because that'll be 2 losses and two straight attempts, 2 consecutive attempts. So let's make sure we have the best line on all of these players. And the best payout odds. Because if you're going to get it right, you might as well get paid the most, right? So we're doing Joey Wentz 4.5. Who was the other guy? And then we have Will Warren, only on FanDuel 4.5. 5.5 everyone else. We'll do 4.5 on FanDuel. And then the last one we said we're going to do, Sheehan. 4.5 across all the books as well, because St. Louis is the most strikeout-friendly team in the last 3 games. So those are the best lines and the best odds. We got there eventually, ladies and gentlemen. But if you did not pay attention to anything I said at the beginning of the show, because you fast forward like a psychopath, then remember, RT Sports is giving away 3 entries. So 3 people are going to get a free entry into the $500,000 to first place fantasy championship. If you want to have a chance of winning one of those 3 tickets, it's as easy as you going to that video we dropped last night. And literally the thumbnail, it says $500,000 draft. Go to that video, like the video, comment your Discord username. And your Discord username actually has to be in our Discord so we can reach you and contact you if you win. Comment your Discord username, and then make sure that you're in our Discord with your account synced. Free to enter contest, just comment your Discord username, like the video. That drawing is going to be a week from today. So on Tuesday of next week's video, we're going to be doing the drawing. 3 different people are going to win a free entry to the $500,000 contest. But yeah, again, for the trillionth time, do not expect to win today if you don't do the free stuff. And if you're like, Teacher Travis, what is the free stuff? That is why we have the bottom bar. If you have not done all 3 of those things, you cannot expect to win today. It's as simple as that. Good luck. We'll see you in the Discord.